Hey, what's up guys? It's me again. In this episode I'd like to talk about schools, education system in all the world and how it can be a cause of failure. So hope you enjoy. Most of what you learn in school doesn't matter. Let me put it in this way, why high school is a waste of time? Because we have to sit straight 8 hours there learning just few things. The school teachers never ever teach you for future. They only teach you for passing exams and get the A. This is what school is for. They just force you to memorize instead of understanding, and you have to apply those in your exam, and when exam is finished, just forgot all those things. And instead of 8 hours in school, we could learn even more in home. And literally I have nothing to do in school, like when you fail in exam. Those real stupid teachers give you lecture like a year. And those legends like Edison, who never go to school, he is now the inventor of electric bulb. What you do in school is just go into classroom, copy the whiteboard, listen to boring teacher's lecture, come back and do stupid homework. This is how you're wasting time in school, like you could learn more things in home. I just learned English from movies and games, and I learned this word shut up from school.
In fact, I think a lot of things people learn, probably there's no point in learning them, because they never use them in the future. Because a lot of kids just in school kind of puzzled as to why they're there.
Students have to sit in a desk in a classroom hours upon hours of learning when they could do something with their lives and doing things that make them happy. I don't think sitting in a classroom learning stuff they aren't interested in makes them happy. Actually, it takes away the will to learn. This happened to me, my friends, and people that are not my friends. Students aged 13 to 18 report having anxiety. The percentage is 25. And there is something I also must say. The school system that we have, the rules, the guidebooks, everything about school, it was made for the factory. So what we have done in school, it was used to prepare students for factory work. Think about it. Students must follow rules and can think for themselves. Next time you think about school, remember that school and education are completely different.
Well, oftentimes business education today, and I see it all the time, kids come out of college, the best colleges, Wharton and Harvard and Stanford and some of the great business schools, and they'll come out and they won't have practical experience. There's too many case studies that aren't practical.
A drug dealer who hasn't attended school will probably be smarter than someone coming out from college or university, I don't know. Let me tell you about one of my friend's experiences. He went to University of Pennsylvania for economics and physics. And let me tell you, the economics crosswork was one of the biggest scams pulled off in history of man. Seriously, none of the models hold up in real world. He is now working in derivatives, but before this he worked in securities and trading. He got schooled by people who had never touched a post-secondary institution. The whole economics course load can be summed up in one sentence. People will do anything to make $1. They force everyone to learn precisely the same thing in exactly the same way. But if it's one thing we have learned from educating people for ages, is that some people need to know some things, and others need to know other things. And every person will tend to learn best in somehow different way. People say watching TV is wasting of time. Being in a relationship with your girlfriend or boyfriend is wasting of time. These aren't wasting of time. These are something what you must to do. When a person finds something that they truly love, something that they feel matters and they can become good at it, they throw themselves fully into it. They become fully immersed. College is an unbelievable opportunity for people to dig into themselves, find what they love and
People who are doing
try.
the work that we care about are figuring out what to do next, not following the person who told them what to do next. And the problem with most colleges is they are high school, but with more binge drinking.
The A students work for the B students, the C students run the businesses, and the D students dedicate the buildings.
The entire purpose of a good university is to give you a foundation to fail, not a foundation to get an A. And if you graduate from college with straight A's, you have to do some serious soul searching as to why you chose to spend your time doing it.
Anytime you see inefficiency, ask yourself, who will benefit by solving this inefficiency? If the answer is no one, then it is likely the inefficiency will remain. School curriculums are dedicated by governments. Governments come and go, usually in 5 years or sometimes 10. To make a lasting impact in a school, you need to plan long term, some 20 years. Generally, politics do stuff that is popular. It's their job to appear competent and get votes. Changing a school curriculum is going to cost them money, time, and resources, while the benefits are only going to appear 20 years. Aside from this, humans don't like change. I had a conversation about changing school curriculums with many people, and I am surprised by the number of people who resist this without any good reason. So you have a government that is going to annoy many voters while depleting resources of money, time, energy, and only gaining the benefits in 20 years. How motivated do you think they will be to make the risk decision of completely changing the education system we have now? Yeah, besides that, governments are pretty bureaucratic and incompetent places. It's not difficult to guess why. I talked to many smart people who have zero interest in going to politics. There aren't many who would choose a stressful job in government which pays them $100,000 over working as a lawyer, trader, or a business person and making $10 million.
You know, we ask kids that are 16 to 18 years old to make $100,000 debt decisions when they go off to university. And they're not prepared for that. They don't know what they're getting themselves into. They just assume, okay, I'm going to pay 4 years of education at $25,000 a pop, and when I come out the other side, somehow I'll be able to pay it back.
Right.
That's not how life works anymore.
Aside from this, the skill to get a good job in ministry, charisma, debate, getting attention and speaking well are different from actually running a whole area of the country knowledge. Critical thinking, ability to experiment and interpret data, most importantly to manage people. So we have governments that do not have motivation or competence to make impactful changes. Most people are not going to be professionals in chemistry, biology, or physics. Middle and high school simply waste your time and delay entry into adulthood by several years through unnecessarily nonsense. A doctor doesn't need to know logarithms. Here is one of my favorite quotes of Albert Einstein which synthesizes some of the great replies written so far. Education is what remains after one has forgotten what one has learned in school. Albert Einstein was alleged to have said the only number he knew was his phone number, but he knew where to look the other stuff up. I suspect he was exaggerating a bit if he said that at all. You can make money by different ways, so you don't have to go to school. I think you must read What I Wish I Knew When I Was 20 from Tina Selig to learn how you can make money by your creative power. Tina Selig is a professor of the practice in the Department of Management, Science and Engineering at Stanford University. She teaches innovation, entrepreneurship, and is passionate about creative problem solving. And now, many quotes from this book. We always make our own prisons with rules that we each create for ourselves, looking us into specific roles and out an endless array of possibilities. And the other one says that if others think your ideas are crazy, then you must be on the right track. So this is the end of this episode. Hope you enjoyed, guys. Please support this channel. We are trying to give you the best we can. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video. See you on the next episode. Peace.